talk about eccentricity. Because we're talking about eccentricity? Yes. It's the ratio of C over A. So remember, A is this distance here between on the major axis, right? From 0, 0, or from the center. Okay, so A is that distance. All right. And C is the distance to the focus point. All right. So let's say we have an ellipse. I'm going to make this one up here. Let's go x over 100 plus y squared over 1 equals 1. Oops. I'm going to make red axes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so here we go. I'm going to make this. So 0, 0 is our center. A squared is 100, so A is 10. So I go way out here, way out here. B is 1, so this is barely, man, look at this thing. I can barely make an ellipse out of that. Okay? Looks something like that. And in case you forgot, how do we find C? Yeah, A squared minus B squared. So that's going to be 100 minus 1. Oh my goodness. Which means C is equal to square root of 99. Very good. Which is real close to 10, right? Real close. So, if I go back up to this eccentricity here, which is the square root of 99, which is really close to 10, I can see that it's pretty close to 1. So, if it's pretty close to 1, then what does that tell you about your ellipse here? Yeah, it's really elongated, okay? Really elongated, all right? On the opposite side of that, if we had an ellipse that was more circular, remember what happened was that we moved that C point so that it was right in here in the middle here. So the C actually becomes 0, right? So you would have E is equal to 0 over A, which is just the radius, which is 0. So what kind of an ellipse do we get there? That's very circular. Right? So the eccentricity just basically tells you, how circular, like Jacob was saying, or elongated your ellipse is. So if it's close to 1, all right, then it's really elongated, and if it's close to 0, it's circular. If it's somewhere in between, somewhere in between. That's how that works. Eccentricity, C over A. Okay, let's switch to some assignment questions. So can you find the assignment we've been working on? 15th. It's tax day. Oh, they're not so bad.
Do you have to pay taxes if you don't have a job?
No. Well, you have to pay some taxes. Not income taxes. You got to have income.
It's kind of hard to pay taxes on your income when you have no income.
Yeah, but you can pay other taxes. Gas taxes.
If there's no income, there's nothing to pay taxes on that.
All right, let's look at Let's see. Let's do number 22. This is on page 653.
Is this part of homework?
Yep.
Is this somewhere in the middle of homework?
It's at the end because you guys already did up to, I don't remember which ones.
Well, we're gonna do things. We got to 16.
16? Perfect. Now we're going to do 22, and you're going to probably do 21, so leave some space. So, 22 says, major axis length is 14 on the x-axis, minor axis length is 10. We're writing the equation for an ellipse. All right, so I'm just going to draw a little picture of this. Let's see. My major axis is kind of a squiggly thing there. Is length is 14. So from here to here is 14. And the minor axis is 10. We got to write an equation. X squared. Now it's too thick. X squared over plus y squared equals 1. Huh. Okay.
Would it be like 7 squared over
Yes.
and then 5 squared?
Yeah. Because the length is 14, so that means that this has got to be 7, right? On each side?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be, and it's on the X. So then we're going to put 49 down here. I don't know why I'm getting these little tails here on my pen. And then it's 10 on the other way, so you're right. That would be 5, so that would be 25. And that's it. Yeah, so we're just taking the information and writing the equation of an ellipse. X-axis is major, so remember that's going to have the bigger number.
Is it always equal to 1
Yes. Well, yes. In this form.
in this one rather?
In this form it is. Okay. We're going to zip down a little bit. So, leave yourself some room.
How much? Like a lot of room?
Do you care personally if it's out of order?
I don't care how it is,
Okay, cool.
but you might.
I don't.
Yeah. How much space do we have?
Enough to put like 4 or 5 problems between there. Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. 31. Major axis endpoints are 1, -4 and 1, 8. Minor axis length is 8. So 1, -4, 1, -4, and 1 and 8. That is the major axis endpoints, and the minor axis length is 8. So we need to write an equation for this ellipse, but things are a little different here because the major axis is that way.
Well, then we move the center point on the y up 2 and just move the center point on x.
Okay, so we have 8 here and -4. Now, how do you know to move it up 2?
Because it's 12 between them, and you want 6 to either side.
Okay, so we have 12 between them, so we want 6. So you're correct. So that's going to be a 2 right there, right? Okay, sweet. Well, let's see what we can come up with now. So then we have this, because we have a center point now. That's not 0, 0. We've got this. We know we have a 1 here. Okay, I'm going to go x here, y here. So what is my x center point going to have to be?
Just moved over to the right one.
That's right, so it's 1, -1, so it's 1. And then y is, we just figured out, what's y? -2. Okay, so we got that part figured out. Now we need the, what's going to go underneath the x minus 1?
36? No, that's for y.
Yes, because the major axis is vertical, so that's going to go under y. So you're right, that's got to be a 36.
And then 16 for x.
Because the minor axis length is
8.
8, and we need half, so that would be 16. Okay, good. All right. That worked out pretty great. Okay? One more I want to go over with you here. Move over to, give yourself some more room.
How much?
3 or 4 more problems.
This is the last one. It can be black.
Okay, now we're going to go down to 45. Okay? Oh, you're going to like this, by the way. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh! Graphic?
9x squared.
Yeah, this is a graphic problem.
Oh, no, it's better than that.
That makes it sound worse.
Prove that the graph of the equation is screenshot.
I'm going to move the 23 over. Here's what it says. We're going to prove this graph is an equation of ellipse. Find its vertices, foci, and eccentricity. Okay? All right. So, let's think about this. So we got to get, so we're going to try to get it so that we have, by the way, this is obviously the center is off, not 0, 0, correct? Does that make sense? Look like it? Okay, so let's put all the x's together and put all the y's together. All right? So here we go. 9x squared minus 18x plus 4y squared plus 8y equals 23. Okay. I'll let you write that down. I want to write this guy down over here. H squared plus y.
Oh!
Okay. Oh, he says. Oh, he says. So we need to get this to look like this. What do we use?
Divide by x and divide by y.
Yeah, but tell me what we're gonna. How are we gonna get there?
I don't remember the word.
Oh, he doesn't remember the word. Close. It was with quadratics. How about completing the square? Sound familiar?
Hey, no.
Oh! Yeah, so we're going to complete the square on it, right? Okay, let's try it out. So what do you want to complete the square on first? I don't remember, she says.
I do not remember. My brain jumped that a while ago.
Well, bring it back, because here it is.
Oh, no.
All right, so how are we going to, what do you want to do first, x or y?
X's.
X. Okay, so we're going to complete the square on this, right? Okay, so let's see. How does that work? What do we got to do first to complete the square on that?
Go back in our notes for that.
Oh, yeah, go back in the notes. Oh, come on.
Divide b by 2.
We're going to divide by something. You're right.
Is it 9?
Divide by 9. Very good. So we're going to divide everything by 9.
God.
How about instead of
Wait, how do we know it's 9?
Well, you're the one that said 9. How do you know it's 9? What happens when we divide by 9? What happens to this x squared here now? Look at this. Get rid of the 9 here. Now we have, okay. And now it's way easier to complete the square. That's why we do it. Okay. Notice that you don't divide everything by 9 as far as actually dividing it. We just write it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now we're ready to complete the square on this. So, x squared minus 2x. See, how does that complete the square go again? What do we do there?
Put something in the bottom.
What is it? See, to do something with the 2, right? We want to take half of the 2. What's half of the 2? 1. And then what do we do with that number? Do you remember? Square it. There we go. God, I got all these little tails on here. Okay, I don't even care about this other stuff because it's not important. Now, I did add 1, right? So we're taking half of 2. That's 1. Squaring it, adding it here. That means I got to add it way over on this side. Okay, I'm just going to put a plus 1. I got all that other stuff. I'm not going to write it, though. I'm just going to add 1. Okay?
Is the plus 1 on the other side of the equal sign?
It's on the other side of this stuff.
But it is not being divided by 9.
But it is not being divided by 9. Okay. Now, x squared minus 2x plus 1. Heck, we can write that as a quantity squared. What's that going to look like? X minus 1 squared. Very good. Okay. Plus, I got all of this stuff over here and a plus 1. All right. Now,
That's going to make it equal 1.
it is eventually. So what we want to do now is, since we divide everything by 9, we're going to undo that and multiply everything by 9.
So, is the 9 getting multiplied by plus 1 or no?
Yes, and it's going to sit out in front of that thing. See, that's why I never divided anything, because I knew that I was just going to undivide it anyway. But I do have to multiply the 23 by 9, okay? So make sure you do that.
Wait, so the 23 is being multiplied by 9?
No, the 23 was originally being multiplied by 9. I think I meant to say the 1. So we're going to take the 1 times 9.
Okay.
If you make a little mistake in here, oh boy, this whole thing goes wacky. So you got to really kind of be careful with it. All right, so we got that part. Now we're going to do the same thing with the y's. Okay? So what do we got to do with the y's to get them right? There you go. So we're going to divide everything by 4. Again, I'm not going to care about this part because it's already done for me anyway. Divided by 4. And then we have this. And I can add those up to give me 32. Okay, and I'm dividing that by 4 also. But I'm really not going to divide it by 4 because I don't want to. So this would be y.
Y squared plus... Oh, wait. It's y minus 1.
Well, let's think about, so we're taking half of 2, right?
1.
Which is 1, and we're squaring that. So I'm just going to take my time on this because I don't want to mess it up. Y squared plus 2y plus 1 equals this. And then I'm going to add 1 to that side. Okay. Now, what is this going to look like? Now we can do it.
Y minus 1.
Well, it's going to be y plus 1 squared equals. Okay, so guess what we're going to do now?
Multiply by 4.
Yeah, see, that's how it works. It looks kind of like it's going to be a mess, but it really turns out to be pretty good.
Then you just divide by 36.
So,
Exactly, that's exactly what you're going to do. Oops. Got to add 32
plus 4.
plus 4. And the key is, like Garrett says, now we're going to divide by 36. But if this number turns out to be something that these don't go into evenly, then there's probably an issue. So you know you probably did something wrong there. Okay? So that's why I got to caution you. So you're right. Now when we divide this by 36, basically what happens...
Oh, you get the number on the bottom.
That's right. And we're just kind of moving. They just kind of switch around. Okay? We need to divide by 36. I'm just going to put a 1 there and call it good. Put a 36 there. All right. So see, this 4 is just going to go on this side, and this 9 is going to go on that side. And then it's done. It's all done.
Are we gonna have any problem when we have to go from this backwards?
No.
Okay, wait, I just missed when we did the sum. So we divided by 36.
So when you divide by 36, this goes over 36, and then 9 reduces it down to 4,
Okay.
and this ain't here. So basically all you're doing is just swapping those around. That happens, and that's going to happen. Okay? All right, so let's see. What did we need to do? We needed to come up with vertices, correct? Vertices, foci, and eccentricity, I believe it said.
Are we going to need to do another one of these? Because I don't have paper space.
Only on your assignment. Okay. I think it would be helpful even just to kind of sketch this out a little bit, just so I can help me with my vertices. So let's see. Where's my center point? 1, -1. Okay. And so on the x, I'm going to go how many, which way am I going to go here to get to that vertice? On the x?
Oh, yes.
Left to right.
Right, left 2, right 2. Okay, so I'm going to move over 1, 2, over 1, 2. Okay, so let's see my vertices. I got 1, 2, 3, and down 1. That's one vertice, and the other would be over 2, so it'd be -1, -1. We good with that? Okay, now we're going to do the major axis. So up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we can get those vertices. The x is going to be the same, 1 and 1, comma, comma.
1, -4.
So I went up 3, so -4, you're right. And then up 3 is going to be 2. Very good. So there's our vertice point. And then our little foci, how do we find that again? C squared equals A squared minus B squared. So here we go. Remember, it's got to be that way. So what is C going to turn out to be? C is square root of 5 plus or minus. All right, so let's write our foci points now. So we got to think about where they are. All right, which axis are they going to be on, or which way are they going to be? They're on the y, so they're vertical, so they're someplace in here. All right, so we want to take, we know the x-coordinate is 1. All right, we're going to take -1 because that's the y. And then all you have to do is just add or subtract the square root of 5. Okay, plus, I'm trying to write here, but it's not letting me write because,
So 1, -1 plus -5.
yeah, so it's plus or minus 1 plus or -1 plus or minus the square root of 5. Okay. One plus or minus the square root of 5. Cool. There's the foci. We're almost done. eccentricity, what was that equal to? And C in this case is? And A in this case is 3. There it is. Yay. So there's my stuff. That one's done. Cool, huh? That's awesome. Completing a square. Ah, yeah, isn't that awesome? I knew you'd like it. Yeah. I knew you would like it. Okay. So let's see what we got here. We're finally going to finish this assignment up. Yay. Nah, but it's a good one though, right? Let's make this a 33. That'd be better. All right, and then 37 through 40. Then here comes the fun ones. 45 through 47. Done. Add that all the rest of them.